Like an egg. Happy Monday. It's so cold. So cold. Had some snow overnight and yesterday when I went to the gym this morning, I trained upper this morning. It was as good as I could get it. I was very tired this morning. I went to bed quite late last night and struggled to drop off, and I think that was just back to work, like a little bit of back to work anxiety and just back to work bad vibes. But I was also on a bit of a high from pulling off my mum's birthday surprise thing because she had no idea, none, which was amazing. I've only ever known her be surprised once because she's so like inquisitive and figures everything out. So I was on a bit of a high from how well everything went and how much she enjoyed it. Struggled to get off, struggled to get up, but I got it done and I got my last cardio done. I am back at work today, so only from home. If the weather continues like it is, I can't see me going into the office this week because everywhere has flooded. So there's just no point. I've managed to get through some of my emails, so much so that I was like, right, I'm going out for a walk now and just trying to break down my steps a little bit because I want to get a good 6,000 boxed off before tonight when I'll go out and get the rest of them. I've got some shopping to do tonight and just general sorting bits out. Maybe a bit of cooking as well. So it's all go. And normally I would have done that yesterday, but I was busy. But back on it today and not a lot else to report. It is Tuesday and I'm on my little token lunchtime walk. Just getting back now before a meeting at past. I feel very much back in the swing of things. I'm feeling a lot better about it. I trained quads and delts this morning. It was a good session in some ways, not so much in others. My upper body strength was just not great, but I did really push it yesterday with my upper session. So that's potentially why. I finished my cardio for the week yesterday, so I took my time with my quad session, which felt really good. I've also had a productive day so far. I'm starting to get my shit together for my competing season. Booking posing, booking accommodation, paying deposits for makeup and hair for the universe, which feels a little bit uncomfortable because I haven't even qualified for it yet, but it's done. Things are starting to come together and I'm feeling pretty good. I'll get out on another walk later and talk through some of the other things that I've got to organise. I am back. Have a nice day. I'm back for an absolutely mammoth walk to get my steps in because I've been sat down for a lot of today. I had a really productive day, but it was because I was sat working for a lot of that. I think today I've actually decided on my first show and have weighed some things up about what would be easiest. I say easiest, more cost effective, giving myself a bit more space and room because some of the PCA and NABA qualifiers that I was looking at clash with each other. Not completely, but back to back, as in one on a Saturday, one on a Sunday, and I just don't want to do that. I want to spread them out a little bit more than that. I've not done back-to-back peaks in that way where I've done a show day on a Saturday and then another show day on a Sunday before, and I don't want to start now. So I think I've picked my first show, which in turn means I think I've picked my second show, and then it will be the Universe still and the NABA British at the end of May. But feeling good about that. I've put a deposit down today for hair and makeup for the Universe. I haven't done any more planning for hair and makeup for any other shows. I think I will more than likely do them myself. I am toying with having my tan with PCA for the Universe, but I'll decide that closer to the time. If you think about it, the PCA Universe is the day after another PCA qualifier, so there'll always be room for me to do that like last minute if I want to. The things that I still need to sort out are paying for photography packages. I don't think I've done anything else, but I have started to make a list of things that I need to be thinking about sorting out, dates at which point I need to sort them out. i.e. like 1st of March, I need to make my inquiry with Suze about bikinis. Yeah, it's going to be a busy month. I've got all my steps in, so I'm going to sit and do my nails. What are you doing, Andy?
I'm going to go and cook my tea.
Yeah.
Catch up with the NFL highlights from the weekend.
Yeah.
That's probably about it.
What are you going to do, Maggie? Probably that. It's her favourite thing to do. Morning! It's Wednesday, it's rest day. I've just popped into the gym to get my steps done. Well, make a dent in them because it's so icy and cold outside. But I will have to go out later, but at least the sun will have been out and melted some of it, is my logic, and it won't be so bad. But feeling good about rest day today. I'm glad it's come around, and that's how your rest days should feel. If you're working hard enough, your rest days should be like, oh, thank fuck for that. My legs are so sore from yesterday. My back is still sore in places in my lats from Monday and at the weekend. I'm probably primed for a deload, to be honest, but I'll see how this wears today and how I feel. I think I'll show you some of my rest day food today and just show you what it's like, because I've made a couple of switcheroos so that I can have my creamy, and I'll talk through how I'm prepping my creamy. Still haven't quite figured it out to the point where I'm really, really enjoying it, and it is like a pure ice cream. However, we'll start somewhere. So I'll show you what I'm doing. So I just had to stop there because Andy was singing. Back from the gym now. I've just started to make up my creamy for later. What I've done is I've put my 20 grams of protein in it. I've put about this much almond milk in it, the unsweetened almond milk that I'm allowed, because I haven't been having like a cup of tea every day. So I feel like that is, my allowance can go towards this. And what I've done differently is I've put less than a gram of xanthan gum in it, because when I used it last time, it did improve it. I'm just still trying to get the quantity right on it. But I've blended that with a little bit of water using the NutriBullet, because it does make it thicker and frothy. But I'm hoping that I've got the amount just about right. Gone a little bit over this time.
Don't waste the raw calories you need, don't we?
Okay.
What do I do? Maggie, out of there.
Because I'm using the cereal milk protein, I don't think it lends to like flavouring a protein ice cream. So I should have my trusty banana banoffee, whatever that other one is, arriving today. But that is a lot frothier than previous ones I've made without the xanthan gum. So I'm going to pop that in the freezer flat, and I'll probably take that out around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Is that the first time you've used xanthan gum?
No, I've used it once before, but I'm still trying to get the quantity right before I put like a pinch of it in, and I know that I can get away with more to make it thicker. It also just lends to the ice cream texture that I'm trying to achieve, even though I'm only using 20 grams of protein powder. It's not ideal, but it's only for prep that I'll be using so little, because I'm trying to work with the meal plan that I have. Out of meal 5, I've taken that 20 grams of whey and I've put it in that creamy, which means I can break down the rest of that meal, which would be the 30 grams of oats and the banana, meaning I can have a banana as a snack today. But I'm also going to add that 30 grams of oats to the 40 grams of oats that I will have this morning for meal 1. So it actually means I get an off-season bowl of oats for breakfast, which is great. However, I have lost the peanut butter to that. So I'll show you what my meal 1 looks like very shortly. So here I've got 70 grams of oats with 20 grams of whey, 100 grams of cherries, and a little bit of that Prozie's maple syrup, which is now gone, and I'll have to order some more. I actually don't think I've ever been this cold. I've got 2 hoodies on. I've just been for a walk around the block. Nothing crazy, just 15 to 20 minutes walking. And I'm about to have my second meal, which is actually 2 meals today, because it's getting on, what time is it? It's nearly 2:30, and I've not eaten anything since my oats this morning. I've got 2 lots of 80 grams of chicken and salad. That's where I'm at today. And I've also got a Coke Zero cinnamon on the go. It's okay, but I'm not 100% on it. It's not my favourite, but I just fancied a change. Regretting it. But I'm gonna try and stay warm and carry on. We've got the heating on, like, and I'm still absolutely freezing. I'm definitely not lean enough to be feeling this cold. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I've also put some pickled pink onions on top of there because they are my new prep session. Prep session. It is just coming up to 5:10. I'm gonna grab this. I am gonna sign off from work. By the way, I forgot to have my 20 grams of light mayo earlier, so I'm gonna have to put that on my beef. Ew. As you can see, I've just got in from a shop, thanks Andy, and I just thought I'd run through what I got from Dolphin Fitness. It's not very exciting, but there is an additional supplement in there which I don't usually get. So I've picked up another bag of JP Whey in banoffee flavour. The cereal milk was good, but it's not very exciting, and because I'm using the creamy now, it's not exactly an exciting flavour for that, but banana ice cream is like my favourite ice cream, so I thought that'd be good, and I thought I'd go back to it. Picked up another Do Not Fucking Miss because I am low, but I got it in the apple flavour instead of the cherry flavour. My Hydromax is cherry flavour, and I was just kind of over it. The new thing that I've picked up, and there's a little bit of method behind this. I'm still awaiting, and probably will be for a really fucking long time, my adult ADHD diagnosis. I have got an appointment in the diary for the 22nd of January. However, I was thinking about focus and how I can improve that, whether that's in the gym, whether that's at work, or just in general. And it's not something that I've ever supplemented during prep, but I thought I'd give it a go. And over the last couple of weeks, I've seen a lot of like Lion's Mane supplements in like powder form, in a chocolate flavour by a brand called Space Goods. And I thought, I don't want that. It's got calories to it. So should I just supplement Lion's Mane as it is? It's in a lot of your non-stim products, and I just thought I'd give it a go. So I intend to take the 2 capsules, which is the serving size, in the morning when I have my other supplements pre-training, and I just thought I'd see how it goes and whether I feel any different for it. But I'm just about to add those in now, and then I'm going to make my beef and rice meal, and then I need to write my check-in out, and I think I've got about 700 more steps to do, so not many at all. I made the mistake this morning of going to the gym to try and get my steps in because I was freezing, but what I actually did there was get myself in a queue of people that needed to use the treadmill. There's only 2 treadmills there at the minute because we've not moved over to Ultraflex yet, which is a whole other story. I thought we were going to have an open day by this Friday, more like next Friday. I will struggle far less to get on equipment once that is open because there'll be far more treadmills, there'll be far more Stairmasters. I won't need to worry about it as much. Will there be more members? Yeah, probably, but willing to take that risk. I'm going to chuck that in and get my final 700 steps in, and then sit and write my check-in. I think I did very, very well last week to escape the daily cardio. I've no idea what this week is going to bring for me, but I'm feeling all right about it. When you're sticking to the plan completely and you're not putting a toe out of line, you're doing everything that you are told, there's no reason to really fear a check-in. My clothes are fitting a lot looser, I'm looking a lot tidier, but there's not been like, I don't think there's been huge drastic difference yet. Like, I don't look at me and think, I can tell I'm on prep. I just look a little bit tidier. So I've not noticed many differences in terms of like levels of being lean this week, apart from fitting in my clothes nicer and just, again, looking how I'd prefer to look all year round if I wasn't pushing either way. But we'll see what she says, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to escape daily cardio. I think it's coming. I'm still wearing 2 jumpers. I've just sat down to eat my second to last meal, which I'll show you now. This is 125 grams of rice, 120 grams of lean mince, 5%, and then I've got the 20 grams of light mayo that I should have had earlier on my salad, and then I've also got a teaspoon of pickled cabbage in there as well. The pickled cabbage and pickled onion at the minute is just... Obviously there's salt on there as well. I should caveat that all of my meals today, even my salads, have had salt on them, apart from oats. Nearly time for traitors, and I've just grabbed this out the freezer. By putting xanthan gum in it, I'm hardly getting any frost on the top, which is a really good sign. So I'm going to set that up. I'll probably put that on the ice cream setting, but then respin it a couple of times and just keep looking at the texture that comes out before I actually take it out and eat it. But I'll show you what it looks like when I'm going to have it. And that concludes my full day of eating. I've got the blister from hell on this toe, so if my posing's shit, I'm really sorry, but I'm struggling to get these shoes on. Good morning, it's Thursday. It's absolutely freezing. I've done my check-in this morning. I'm really pleased with it. I'm really pleased with it in a sense of my weight drop. I'm now 79.25 down from 81.1. So another big drop this week. Could not be happier with that. I am starting to look at my physique and wonder whether, and I don't know whether this is me just getting in my own head, whether I'm better off in toned than athletic. But that is something that I will speak to Amy about. I know that that really is going to come down to condition and stuff. But yeah, it's just something that I've been thinking about the last couple of days. But I've just boxed off my first cardio for this cycle. I'm anticipating that my cardio might go up, or my steps will go up. I've really struggled with that session. And it's not because the cardio was particularly difficult in terms of my CV fitness, but I've got the worst, it's so gross, worst blister on my right little toe that I've had all week, but last night it popped and I made this stupid decision of taking the skin off. It had already been pushed away, so I made the decision to cut it off. And that was absolute agony. I also did half an hour steps on the treadmill, but I've only managed 3,366 steps. So I think today's going to be rough. Your feet take an absolute battering on prep because of how much you are doing, and so does your skin in other places. So yeah, it'll be fine. I'm going to wrap it when I get back, get out for a walk on my lunch, and hope that that's okay. That'll get me another 2,000, 3,000, and then I'll go and get the remaining when I finish work. But that was rough. But we'll see what my check-in brings today, see what Amy thinks. My measurements are down in some places but not in others, but that weight drop is decent, so I don't think she'll be concerned about that at all. I'm experimenting this morning. I've just taken the protein out of my oats this morning and the protein from my final meal where I put it in my creamy. It's so thick. It's so thick. Put slightly more xanthan gum in it than yesterday, and that is a very thick consistency, so we'll see how that turns out. I'm not going to go through a full day of eating again, but I did add a bit of sweetener and a pinch of protein powder to this, and it has made no difference. There is not a lot of flavour. I probably won't do this again, or we'll split it 30 grams of protein in the creamy and 10 grams in here, so I at least get a little bit of flavour benefit, because this is bland with a capital B. I've had some feedback already from my check-in, and I'll go through it in a little while once I've got on with some work and I'm on my lunch having a walk or something. But yeah, it's looking good. Oh my god, this is a struggle. I can't even lie. I don't want this to turn into like a moany vlog, but these are some of the challenges that I'm facing. And walking is hard, but I'll get everything done today still. Fuck me, I've bandaged my toe up with like a cushion of cotton wool and another plaster. But yeah, I'm not one to over exaggerate on like pain and discomfort. I'll do it for like comedic effect with other stuff, but when it comes to something that I've got going on, if I'm mentioning it and I'm moaning about it, it's because it's worth moaning about. But yeah, so my check-in feedback, Amy's really happy with the drop. Obviously my measurements haven't really changed much. They've dropped in a couple of places, but I'm only taking 5 measurements, so bicep, quad, waist, bum and bust. And just because it hasn't come off those places doesn't mean it hasn't come off anywhere else. So that's good. This is the kind of drop that we want. She's really happy with it. She's changing nothing, but I am going on a deload for 3 days. So no training until Monday, but cardio stays in, steps stay in. But yeah, that's the tea, which I'm quite grateful for because this is hard. My steps are going to be so bullshit tonight. This is the fastest I can go. We're going to go and get some low-calorie drinks from my favourite off-season find. I don't want to say I've nailed it, but I've pretty much nailed it. I do think I could probably go a little bit lighter on the protein powder in this just for flavour and go 30 grams and then still have 10 grams in my morning oats. That's fucking good. Hello, it is Friday. I'm wearing my Have a Nice Day hat. This makes me piss myself every time I wear it because in my head, I'm looking at people like, have a nice day, when they've just given me like really bad customer service and I'm actually telling them to fuck off. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, it's Friday and I'm feeling so good today. Had a really good night's sleep, had some improvements with my toe. Like I'm walking at what is a normal pace for me without as much pain, so that's great. The check-ins that I've received today, I haven't responded to any yet, but you know, when you look at them and you're like, oh, I'm fucking buzzing with them and I haven't even responded yet. I'm just getting out for some steps this morning. I've got, oh God, this morning, it's 1:30, it ain't this morning at all. But I feel very well rested today and I feel good about being on my deload. Today's just a really good day so far. Productive at work. Steps are getting on with. I think I'm about 8,000 in to my 11,000. Yeah, it's just decent. I'm ready for the weekend, that's for sure. Something I have done today, which has fucked me up a little bit, I just need to be conscious of it, is this morning when I took my watch off to go on the Stairmaster, I put my watch in my pocket and it still clocked my steps. So I've got 3,000 steps that aren't really 3,000 steps on my watch. So I just need to be mindful of that whilst I'm walking today. I did about 1,000 extra yesterday. That's what I'd normally do. So I just need to take a couple of thousand away from my total today and go for about 13,000. If I hadn't clocked that, where would I be? I just need to be careful that I just need to be mindful that I'm being accurate with it. I looked a bit leaner this morning than I did yesterday. So I just had a cheeky weigh-in and I'm already down another 0.25 kilo. I am dropping weight rapidly at the moment. I can't believe how quickly it's coming off me. 10 out of 10 did not expect. I can't think what my stage weight will be, you know? I think for British finals, I'm going to have to go back and have a little nosy. I think it was around 64 kilos. This morning, I was 79 dead. So there isn't as much to come off as I thought, you know. I thought I probably had about 20 to come off. And I don't think I will, because whilst I am climbing for a new condition, I reckon I could be aiming for the similar stage weight just because I've had 2 years of building muscle on top of that. So it undoubtedly will be different. But yeah, people keep asking me that at work because I suppose that's the only kind of reference point they've got, is that I'm losing weight. What weight am I aiming for? And I don't know. But I think it might be similar, with a couple of kilos to come off, more in terms of more condition, and hopefully having put on a couple of kilos of muscle. I really don't know how much muscle I would have put on, but I'd hope for maybe at least 3 kilos of muscle in 2 years, please. I am back on my double jumper bullshit. I've had all of my meals, I've fed back to the girls. I'm really proud of them. Today has been so nice for that. Like, it's been such a positive day. I love January for how fired up it makes everyone else feel. Personally, for me, a diet can start on any day of the week, any month of the year, but I love the buzz of motivation that people get in January to just get organised and on top of stuff. And there's some really, really good vibes in the group this week. My foot has been slightly better today with my walking. However, it's not been hard to walk on it. However, because of how I was walking on it yesterday and the day before, my calf is so tight and the sole of my foot feels awful. So I think Andy's going to give me a little massage. Sorry, this is happening out of shot. I think Andy's going to give me a massage while we watch The Traitors. Thank God for him. Excuse me. Shouldn't give a shit. But yeah, we're going to watch The Traitors and get a relatively early night because Maggie's got her first day at school tomorrow. We've got a few DIY bits to do, but we'll mostly be chilling. And obviously I'm still on a deload, so there's no training, but I might try some posing. We'll definitely be getting my steps and cardio in Saturday, Sunday. But yeah, that's us this week. It's not a very exciting one, but we're trying to chill more post-Christmas because Christmas was busy and the lead up to Christmas was busy, and we always do a lot and sacrifice our rest. So trying to prioritise that at the moment for sure. It is Saturday. I'm in for cardio, steps, maybe some posing. I've brought my shoes and I've brought a pair of shorts. I'll talk more about this morning when I get out of here, but it is another rest day, which I am bored of now. Okay, I've just done my cardio for the day and we'll do some more tomorrow. We'll do some Monday and then that'll be me done for the week, and I feel good about that. This morning was okay. I didn't fucking like the guy at the puppy training. He made me immediately feel like a twat because we got there and he was like, "You're using a harness? What are you using a harness for? I much prefer these slip leads." And I'm like, I've been emailing you all fucking week. Why didn't you tell me that you've got a preference of what lead to bring? And I would have bought one. Do you know when you just think, don't set me up for failure? That annoys me. Anyway, enough of that. She did really well. And yeah, it was good. We'll keep going. But I've just had an absolute blow. This is a cuticle oil before you're like, what are you injecting into yourself in the car? It's a nail oil. I've just had a blow that my gym is shutting next Friday for the week to get all the kit out and take it over to Ultraflex. It's not going to be a 2-day job like they thought because they need to completely dismantle the mezzanine floor in here. So I think I'm going to have to go and train at a Pure Gym. I've just been having a look at who's got weekly passes because I will need to train and I will need to do cardio and steps and shit. And I think Pure Gym is the answer. It's not the answer to many questions, but I think it is the solution here. Fucking hell. So I've just put out a little bit of a feeler on Facebook about at what point it's busiest so that I can plan my week. Sunday, bright and early. Cardio, steps, and some posing for me.
Hello, I've had a little bit of a glow up. She went for a shower, washed her hair. Since I popped into town a couple of weeks ago, Boots have had a fucking refurb in Lincoln. And I mean, like, brands that I have been thinking about, exploring and wanting to try. And today, I'd said this week I kind of wanted to go in and have an explore and shop on my own and just spend some time and I've spent some monies. But I will show you what I got. I'm intrigued to try some of these products and I'll explain for why later on. But yeah, very successful trip. And I also got a sample of something that I need to remember is in my pocket. Otherwise, I'll probably squidge it and get this foundation everywhere. But yeah. So I feel great for having a little bit of girl time. I've got some steps in and I'm going to go home now and probably do fucking nothing for the rest of the day because I've nearly got all my steps in and I've nearly got everything done. So yeah, it's going to be a nice quiet afternoon, which is fabulous. I know that at the minute I'm not doing a whole lot outside of my absolute must-dos, but for me, keeping stress low at this point is really important for me. And my weight is dropping every single day at the moment, and I think it's because there's several factors. I'm on prep, I'm dieting very hard, I'm doing a lot of cardio, blah 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 blah. I think one of the key things for me at the minute is keeping my stress as low as I possibly can and just doing the absolute minimum, which will get much harder as I have to factor in things like posing lessons and stuff like that. But I've got some of those coming up and organised already, so I am feeling on top of stuff, but I am trying to keep things pretty chill, especially as I'm on a deload as well, because I'm not supposed to be doing a hell of a lot. I'm supposed to be getting my cardio and my steps and that's it. So if I can rest at the same time, it's going to be far more positive for me. Also, I don't know whether it's just the cold, but my wedding ring and my engagement ring are just sliding around on my finger now. And yeah, this didn't really happen until I was about 6 weeks out before. But I'm thinking it must be the cold, but they constantly sit like this at the minute, which is kind of annoying. And I will get to a point where I have to probably think about what I do with those, probably wear them on my necklace or put on another spacer. But I haven't been wearing one because I haven't needed to. And it's looking like I might need to start thinking about that. But anyway, I'm going to get home and I'll show you what I got.
My camera is balancing very precariously there, but we'll go with it and I'll do this very quickly. I picked up standard go-to boots, grabbed some massive cotton wool pads. That's what I use to remove all my makeup. I always get the really large oval ones. Again, another standard. This isn't very exciting. I got the micellar cleansing water, which has got some oil in it. Personally for me, I find it better for clearing waterproof mascara, stuff like that. Some of my heavier makeups that I have worn. Another standard, so this is just the deodorant that I use. This is the only thing that I've found with training as frequently and as hard as I do is the only thing that will help my armpits out. On to the good stuff, the new stuff. This is a teeny tiny sample for the Kylie Jenner. I didn't even pick up the name of the product. I just sampled a little bit here. And what I want to do is use it in place of my Laura Mercier tinted moisturiser. If you've been here a little while, you might remember my really quick, I want to look like I've done something with my appearance, but not that much that it takes me ages. And it's literally like a 4-minute makeup look. And that tinted moisturiser gives me everything that I could want. In fact, am I wearing it today? Yeah, I'm wearing it today. It's got quite a good coverage actually. However, it's slightly too pinky, I think. It's not the best. Okay, here it looks like a really good match. Anyway, it's not a perfect match. And since I've been looking at foundations and in the market for a new foundation, I've done like quite a few online quizzes, things like that, using foundations that do match me well and don't match me well and the kind of why. And I'm looking at entirely the wrong shade. I thought I was a neutral undertone. I'm more of a warm undertone. But this is 1WN. I'm gonna give that a try. I would have picked it up today, but there wasn't any in stock apparently. It's a very popular product. So I'm gonna give that a go in place of that Laura Mercier tinted moisturiser. I've got 2 shades that I've been using. Petal. and is the one that doesn't quite match me very well, which I'm wearing now. The other is nude, and that one is perfect for when I've tanned, but I cannot remember the last time I tanned. No, I really cannot. I do want to try and get back into it, but also I'm very mindful of skin prep and stuff around being on prep, and I won't be tanning as much as I used to. However, on the 1st of February, I am going blonde, and I'm going blonde for the reason that when did I last have my hair done? Was it the 26th of November? I can't deal with how grey I'm going. I've said it before that my grey hair makes me so miserable that even though I don't particularly want to go blonde and I really like my dark hair, I'm prepared to do anything that makes this a little less obvious. And having dark hair and having greys like that, it's super obvious. It's all around, you won't be able to see, but it's all around the backs of my ears, it's everywhere, and it's gotten so much worse. Last year, while I was planning the wedding and everything, there were so many. It's like they quadrupled. So I'm just not willing to battle it anymore. The frequency that I would have to have my hair done to like it, I just can't do it. I also just cannot sit down for that long, that frequently, to be asked. And I think going blonde and having the blonde highlights, lowlights, blend that my hairdresser is doing for me on the 1st or 2nd of February, I can't remember which one, I think I'll be able to get away with going like every 11 to 12 weeks, which is a lot more me. The top-up product is the NYX Lift and Snatch, which I use to fill in my brows. I haven't done a great job today, but I do enjoy that product to make it look like I actually have any. Ooh, these were expensive, but I will use them. Something that I've been doing this year, I haven't actually talked about it because I was like, I need to make this a habit before I talk about it. I am very aware of aging and signs of aging. Sorry, the dog is growling for no reason. I've had Botox a couple of times. It doesn't last very long on me, and I don't know whether that's the type of Botox I'm having. I was made aware this morning that there are several different types and different strengths, so it might be something that I explore further in the future and will look into. However, it's something that I'm very aware of, that I want to try and look after my skin as I age. Just out of shot, I have got the setup of skincare that I've been using, which is mostly from The Ordinary. There's a hyaluronic acid, there's a retinol treatment, and I've got my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum and the eye cream, which I've been using. However, I got a wrinkle correction serum. I don't know how well these work, but it's something that I wanted to start using on my face and neck. It's an advanced retinol treatment, so I probably will dip out of the retinol that I've got in this setup because I think too much might not be good. But that is something that I did a little bit of research on and around products that actually help with deep set wrinkles, which is a vulnerable moment for me. So please just support me. This is my thing that I hate the most. I don't mind wrinkles anywhere else. Wrinkles here, fine. That means I've just been smiling loads and laughing loads. Don't care. This looks like I fell asleep on a George Foreman grill and I hate it. So I'm gonna try this. Something that I've also been conscious of recently is that with going into athletic figure, I am going to be going for more condition. Something that, did it bother me? I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me, but it didn't bother me that much because I still got up on stage with my kit off, if you know what I mean. I do have some loose skin around my stomach, which is a product of my dramatic weight loss 6 years ago now, where I lost about 10 stone. So it's gonna happen. I'm gonna have some loose skin. Something that I have been looking into is collagen peptides. I think when I spoke to someone about a skin tightening treatment, she said about using collagen that you drink. So it's like a drink supplement is the better form of supplementing collagen, but it's collagen peptides that you want. So I picked up the Olay Collagen Peptide Advanced Restoring Cream. I'm gonna use this on my face because that is somewhere that I'd like to try and influence to produce more collagen, but I'm also going to use it here, just so that I know I've done everything that I could, and that is what prep is all about. No matter the placing, no matter what happens on the day, if you know that you've done absolutely everything that you possibly could, you're a winner, aren't you? You've done your best, and that is something that I wanted to look after this year, is looking after my skin and just trying a little bit harder, because I don't currently try very well. I was trying around the wedding and I got into a really good routine of consistently looking after my skin, and I've just fallen off the wagon. But I am very aware, and I think it's mostly because of this, of my signs of aging and just wanting to help them out a little bit. I'll let you know if I see any difference. I don't think I will at this point. I think I will only start to see a difference, if it's done anything, as I get a lot leaner. And that's just how it is. So I should be able to tell a difference between what my skin was like for toned figure versus athletic figure as I get down to that level of lean. So I'm gonna give it a go. I will explore some Botox for up here, but not right now because it's expensive. However, I am gonna go down to having it in one place as opposed to 3, because the wrinkles that I had here have never really reappeared to the point where they bother me. Yeah, that's what I got from Boots. Oh, I don't think I talked about this. Along with some of my other insecurities, I get quite a flaky scalp. It's another factor of why I think blonde will be better for me and make me like my hair more, is that is very difficult to hide when your hair is this dark. So I have wanted to try the Philip Kingsley shampoo. Oh, I picked up a conditioner. Well, I wanted to try the Philip Kingsley sample size of the shampoo. I have picked up the conditioner, so I will go back and get the shampoo. But that is something that I wanted to try. I have been using the Body Shop ginger shampoo. I hate the smell of it. I hate the smell of it. And so I just wanted to try something else, but I didn't want to commit to the large bottle, so I just got one of the little handy sizes to try. However, I am going to have to look online for the shampoo. But yeah, that's what I got from Boots.